Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. Are we live yet? Getting there? We live? We're on the air. Isaiah J. Williams is back on the air with Latin Evolution Radio, the hottest radio station in Minnesota. What? And I'm here by myself because my guest just backed out on me. What? Unfortunately, that happened, and I got a lot to say about it. And there's a lot that we're going to talk about and kind of get into. For one, just want to say thank you, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, men, women, everybody who has been tuning into the Zay Show, giving us the shares, reaching out to the people, telling people that they know that they want to get interviewed and such. It's meaning the world to me and to the people that are watching, and also to the guests that actually take the responsibility to actually show up for their interviews and use this platform for something for the greater for themselves and actually get their names out there and take themselves seriously and also invest in their career. Let's just say I had a guest lined up who's been asking me over and over and over again to be on the Zay Show, and I finally got him scheduled in, and I drove almost 2 hours to get here. I was here 30 minutes early, and bro just messaged me saying, yeah, I'm still shooting this music video, I gotta reschedule. It's like, come on, dude. We all gotta be better at least being responsible, being organized, and investing in yourself. If you're gonna do something like this, like, my time's valuable, bro. Like, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful or cocky way, but I mean, like, there's a lot of places and a lot of stations that you have to pay for an interview, okay? Just for the fact that, like, let's say I just drove 2 hours to meet up with this guy and he didn't show up. What do I got to do? Luckily, I'm Isaiah J, one of the best radio hosts out there from the Zay Show, and I can freestyle this thing, But it really is a big thing and a big topic that I've been seeing in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and kind of just upcoming businesses and people in Minnesota, that our time's not free, and you should have to kind of, if I'm not reaching out to you for an interview and you're reaching out to me, that being said, I mean, you think that that's something that I should charge for? Like, I totally understand if I saw your talent, I reached out to you, I wanted you on my show, okay, then that's me reaching out to you and like, me help you, you help me type thing, right? But if you're going out of your way asking me, and I set it up, I do it, and I think at that point I have to adjust my schedule to fit you in from something that's not part of my game plan, and maybe that does deserve a couple bucks just to secure your interview spot. I'm kind of pissed off about it. And I'm also pissed off what I just read in the news and all over Facebook. Like, Minnesota's getting crazy right now. I don't know if anyone's heard, I know people have heard that the MOA and the Nike outlet, not Nike outlet, the Nike store and the MOA had a shooting today. Like, to see them people running terrified and just scared for their lives, running through a mall that we grew up in, seeing memories for the better and seeing people actually smile, getting your snacks, going to Camp Snoopy at the time. Now we're over here fearing that you got to turn around and you don't know who's behind you or how bad of a day that they're having. And let's just say they're having too bad of a day, well, you might potentially lose your life. And that's bullshit. That should not be happening. We should do better. I can't necessarily blame, this is a big one, as everyone wants to blame gun violence and gun control and such, but I mean, I can have a gun in here right now, and me and Isaias are fine, because, I mean, it's not us. I mean, it's not the gun that has a problem, it's going to be the person in which that grabs that and actually takes that in, what's the word I'm looking for? Takes that and actually does something with it, initiates something with that. So how do we get better as a people in regards to gun violence? And I kind of feel I should have a huge topic on this, because a lot of the artists in which I have on my show I don't want to say promote gun violence, but that's a lot of the stuff that you see in their music videos and that stuff that they go through. So I would love if an artist actually wanted to come and contact me and tell me how, in a music video, maybe they can present themselves in a way that doesn't seem to be representing toting guns and such as like that, You can still make great music and not have to do that. You don't have to show anyone that. And we really just, there's a lot of things, but I think it all stems from mental health. I mean, that's kind of the basis of this show, is mental health in itself, and we should be able to address that and be in tune with who you are as people. I think a lot of people right now don't know how to feel inside their bodies. They don't know what it's like to be sad. They don't know what it's like to be angry. They don't know the feelings that are inside them, and they just explode into things such as mass shootings, school shootings, what is that called? Committing suicide, overdosing, finding things to fill that void that they don't know what it is. And I think one of the biggest things about that is not knowing what that void is. Once you notice that there's a void, you know that you can fill it with other things. Like for me, like don't get me wrong, I used to fill that void with drugs, alcohol, liquor, be it partying, surrounding myself with a ton of females or something like that, you know. And then I realized, like, okay, like in that time that I was doing that, did that really help anything? I'm trying to get over something when I need to get through it. And that's the best advice I can always tell someone is, if it keeps popping up in front of you and you keep feeling these ways, there's a reason that you feel that. And it's because you don't need to get through it. I mean, you don't need to get over it, you need to get through it. God's presenting you these things in front of you all these times because it's a life lesson that you need to learn. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. Everything. So, like, what do we do with these times and make it better? I mean, I know as a community member as myself, I love to talk to people, talk to the youth, and see when people are struggling and see where I can help out in my own ways. But who am I? I mean, I'm a person in which people's perception is something that's differently and they want to listen to. And I appreciate every one of you. I really do, because to each one teach one, and the more the fact that you guys are being taught and taught by me is another wandering ear that's listening that's going to at least take this knowledge and at least present it in their day-to-day life. Even if it's one person that I'm touching today, you are a special person and I appreciate you. Maybe you haven't heard that in a while. But I'll tell you this right now, you deserve it. Every single person that gets up deserves to be told that they're doing all right, being good, or even if they're doing bad, you deserve to be told that you're doing bad, because how do you not know? That's a topic that me and Lil Ant talked about last week, is, I mean, you need to have friends that actually support you, tell you to get a job, tell you that, like, bro, like, leave that girl or leave that dude or whatever it is in that scenario. If your friends can't tell you anything without getting a little bit of friction back, they're not your real friends. Not everything that you're going to be told is always going to be sunshine and rainbows, kid. And it's going to be some of the realest people that tell you that difference. And they're not saying it out of spite to you. They're saying it, they don't got to waste that breath on you. You got to understand, when people are talking to you, they're investing their time and their thoughts and their perception of you to them. I mean, of you to whatever. You get what I mean. They don't have to waste that time. I'd be more concerned if they weren't talking to you and they just let you ride it out and hit rock bottom. But those people that are telling you, like, you might not want to hear it, but they're telling you for a reason. Like, for me, my biggest thing is talking back. I'm so bad at it. And I remember when I was a kid, my uncle would always tell me, you know, when you get a job, are you going to talk back? I said, hell yeah, I'm going to talk back. Dumbest answer I could have ever said, because I'm learning now that my managers are my managers, and they tell you stuff for a reason, and you can't always kind of go back and forth. It won't get you anywhere. I would not be to where I'm at today if it wasn't for dropping my guard down, taking some words of motivation, inspiration from the ones around me, my elders, even if they're not older than me, but I look up to their work ethic. I'm going to listen to how they're doing that, okay? And I'm rambling, but I'm rambling about facts, because these people that are around you, like, they mean to do that stuff for a reason. They really do. So, like, challenge yourself to see, like, okay, maybe these people keep telling me, like, maybe it's not all them that have a problem, maybe it is you. And it's okay to have a problem, because with every problem is a solution. Bing! And everybody tuning in, I need you to download the Latin Evolution Radio app right now, where you can tune into your hottest host, Isaiah J, on the Zay Show. And you can hear it from on the app while you're driving to the cities. Anything that you need to do, I mean, just plug it in, plug and play. We also have so many other shows that we have to offer. We're doing greatest events, sporting events. We all got it covered. If you need to buy a house, my boy Isaias from the Delgado Realty team is going to get you right. If you need a car, Isaiah J is going to get you right in regards to McKay's, Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, Ram. And we can talk about that, because the car business is starting to come back. All the people listening, gas prices are going down. Hallelujah, everybody. We all can be happy about that. Are they really down, or are they just up? I saw a post the other day. It says gas prices are down to $4 or whatever. And someone's like, no, dude, now it's up to $4. They just took, you know what I mean? It's still up. But that's how the human mind works. We feel like we got a great deal now that we're seeing stuff go down. And that's something we can really talk about. I mean, gas prices going down, but depression's going up in the world. So what really, really matters? I think we're starting to show more and more bad news lately, because of bad news sells. But I challenge you to take a video of even something good that you see. Share that. Tag somebody. Make someone smile. That's my biggest thing that probably got me to where I'm at is trying to make people smile. And you'll get a conversation out of someone that you would have never expected to talk to. Like, the other day, this is actually a great story. It was last Saturday, and I have a big problem in the car business sometimes that if somebody doesn't talk to me and I see them just so happen to talk to somebody else, I think it's due to my color. And then the next person I don't want to talk to because it just happened to me, I'm like, well, you got to be thinking that way. Like, and that's wrong. That is very wrong to think like, because now I'm prejudging them on something that may not be true. And then I lose that opportunity. But let's say, okay, customer was walking in, came in for an electric Jeep, and they do make those by now. They're called 4xe Jeep Wranglers. They get 55 miles to the gallon. Okay, hit up Isaiah Jeremiah Williams. But they came in for that, and just so happened to be sold, and they immediately turned around, and I was like, shoot, you know, like, another customer I just didn't help. I felt like I didn't do them a service, you know. And he goes, I gotta ask, you know, like, whose Trackhawk is that? And if anyone knows what a Trackhawk is, it's a Hellcat motor in a Jeep Grand Cherokee. 707 horsepower. One of the fastest SUVs ever. It was $90,000, and it was a 2018. And the one that they came in gets 55 miles to the gallon. The one that they test drove gets 8. But it all started because I was like, hey, this thing's going to get you the same cost of fuel, you know? Like, I was just kidding, and they both laughed, and then I was in. You see what I'm saying? Like, it took me finding them to break, laugh a little bit, and I was like, okay, you're a human too, let's talk. And they ended up buying this Jeep. I mean, shout out to them, because they did not, she test drove it once, and I'm not going to say we got it going 100 miles an hour, but we did. And her arms were just shaking. She was like, oh my God. And then she bought it that day, but it wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have been uncomfortable speaking up on it, making someone laugh, and actually making them smile. So that's something I love about the car business, and a lot of you people probably can feel the same in sales. A lot of people love the feeling of making someone else happier, and it makes you happier. That's something that my grandpa took to the grave with him, is striving to make sure that everybody around him was better than he was. And with him doing that, I mean, he's still living on through these days, and he's been gone for years. But that's the difference. If you're going to be someone who is just invested in themselves, when you die, that's it. No one's going to remember you. No one's going to remember what you did. But people are going to remember how you made them feel. And I promise, it'll bring you far, far, far. But if we got more topics, keep diving into it. We got Men's Mental Health Hour with Isaiah J. And I'm not going to be a person who's just acting like I got my mind intact, okay? But I will admit to the fact that I'm obsessed with finding out how my mind works. And once one is willing to accept the fact that they are not all-knowing, so much comes in, so much knowledge. The most knowledgeable person is the guy who doesn't necessarily know it all. I challenge yourself to actually think on that. And that was something I think I strived in the car business, because I'd see new salespeople come in that their dad loved cars, their uncle loved cars, like they knew everything about cars. They'd tell me, I don't even know, like, they tell me everything I need to know about a car, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, four tires and a steering wheel, you know? But they weren't willing to learn because they already knew everything. And those are the same people that only last a month. Just saying. And now I got 4 years invested, okay? I'm a veteran to this thing. And I'm ready for more years to come. But it takes that, you know? It kind of takes that mentality. But instead of all the bad things that are going on, I mean, I got some good going on in my life. I want to tell the world about how Isaiah's doing. Sometimes I kind of forget that I'm living a life too. We all know I came off my charge for the DUI, and from my hard work, that went well. My case is very well good in that. They're proud of how I handled the situation, and I admitted to my faults and pled guilty, and they dropped my charge to $300 fine misdemeanor. You know, so I thank everyone that helped me navigate through that process and was there through my side. So now that's one thing off my back. Blessed to do so. Car's driving great. That feels good. Just moved in to a new place in which I can save up some more money until I can buy my own house from the Delgado Realty team. That's a great thing that's going on. Car business is starting to see more business. And for all you that are listening, that means more business to you guys too. Car business is the first place I feel that feels like a recession, or feels the grip of the economy closing. And we're starting to see things lighten up. So have faith. Better days are coming, everybody. We're making it through this. We're still making it through it. Just keep your head up. Keep grinding. Keep showing up to work, even if you don't want to. Big things are coming. You can still invest in your own business, but I still advise that you have a job and play your part in society too. You can do this while carrying that too. But I've been busier than ever lately. Tomorrow I got 5K, tacos and margaritas. Shout out Minnesota Latinos for bringing the Zay Show as one of their MCs, and I'll be co-MCing that with Lila or C, the one and only Boss Babe. Blessed for this opportunity. I've never MC'd before, but then I thought about it. I'm like, dude, I do this every Thursday. I talk to a mic to the people. You know, I was so nervous at first, bro. I was just like, there's going to be like 350, 400 people. They're all runners. Keep in mind, like, I'm not a jogger. Like, the only running I do is to the bathroom at night. And, like, so I was just like, why did they pick me for this opportunity? But it's because of my attitude. Keep getting up, going to work, showing up, being that guy that people remember to make them smile. And that's how I got that opportunity tomorrow. And Blue Cross Blue Shield is one of the main sponsors there. It's going to be huge. Like, I'm going to meet some people that I would never expected to link arms with. So I just want to say thank you, Latin Evolution Radio. Thank you, JC, for having that confidence in me. Thank you, Isaias, Yvonne. Like, we have such a great team here that I feel like family. And it's probably the best feeling that I've ever had. Like, I showed up an hour early just to chill outside because I feel at home while they were shooting the last episode. Took a little nap in the AMG. We're not going to talk about it. But back to the MOA. That's a shame. I just want to say shame on you, and I'm sorry for the ones that had to experience that. But maybe we can do better at security? I mean, I don't know. Maybe what's the answer to that? I don't know how the mall security is. I haven't been there in years just due to... I'm in St. Cloud, so I can't really always move out there. But be better. But back to what I'm doing. Car business going good. I'm doing good. I'm feeling great. I found... we always talk about Zay being single and having all these girls. Well, I found one girl and I'm done looking. Yep. On the air I said that. Just got done. Shout out RMBBQ, up-and-coming barbecue joint up in St. Cloud. I want to talk about hard work, dedication, plus patience, because you'll love this. This guy started selling barbecue out of like a little trailer home that he put behind his truck, bro. And he ended up bringing the truck like to different places, asking if he could put it there, you know. And people were like, oh, I'm not getting no food out of a trailer, stuff like that. Like, they were just hating on him hardcore. I was working as a car salesman at Miller Auto at the time, and I was really close with the marketing department, and I was like, dude, can we get this guy here? Like, it'd be super cool. And we got him there, and I'll be honest, at first, the team didn't like it because he was in a fish house, just wasn't used to the standards that they were used to. Mm-hmm. And then they thought he charged too much, things like that. But I really love supporting the underdog. It's the stories of the underdog are probably the best. So what did he do after that? Went to 3 other dealerships, got out of the fish house, got him like a newer trailer, got out of the trailer, got into a food truck. This is all in 1 year. And then the food truck, he got a spot at Midtown Square Mall in St. Cloud. He was like the spot on the corner. Everybody knew him. Then he gets a spot in that mall, and now he just bought out his own store. He was going to buy a house, took all that money, and put it into RMBBQ store with only $300 left to his name afterwards. You want to talk about investing in a dream and being scared? Imagine how that man slept at night. Like, oh, I hope they come and get that barbecue tomorrow. You know, like, it's huge. And I walked in there, bro, and then he had the blues going on. He has record labels all over the walls. He has a place that you can actually sit down in. He actually cleans up the parking lot for the whole mall out there every single day to make sure that his place looks good. And got his family working in there. Like, that's the dream. That is absolutely the dream. And I just want to say I'm so proud of you, Russell, because he's going to be coming on to the Zay Show. And he actually would like for us to do a show at his restaurant. And I was like, dude, we're more than in. Latin Evolution is more than in the game for that. So, beyond and actually, these are his colors. Orange and black. Oh! And he has an orange and black BMW, bro. Yeah, he wrapped it, and then he changed the BMW sign to barbecue. Super cool. But, like, I'd rather talk about good stories like that, because, like, now me and Isaias, we're smiling in here thinking about the dream, like how we're going to make our next dollar, you know? Instead of worrying about who got shot in the day. I don't mean to say it like that, but Spread the good news, because good things are actually here. And like, there's good things to talk about, and I guarantee you, once I talk about good things, I'll feel a lot better leaving. Like, I was gonna actually come on here and kind of be a little upset that someone didn't show up to my show, but at the end of the day, I mean, he lost out. And it's simple as that. I know my time's valuable, our time's valuable, and what we offer here is amazing. But he'll still be coming. I mean, he's still shooting a music video, but I'm making him pay for his next interview. Yep, I'm making him do it. I'm gonna start doing that for people to secure an interview, but that's okay. I got people from Chicago, North Dakota, South Dakota reaching out to me. Like, my inbox on my Instagram is nuts right now. So keep DMing me, direct messaging me. And my @ for Instagram is Listen to Zay. That's awesome. That's awesome. But schedule with me. I'm about 3 months booked out. And that's a great feeling. When I first started this, I mean, I was kind of scared. I didn't know what was good. I improv'd probably the first month. I was just like, okay, I'm going to show up. I'm going to talk about this. And I'm not one to write a script or anything. So I just freestyle on the mic, basically, talking about topics on my head. And I'm just bratting them off, you know? And I appreciate the fact that they just let me do it, because if anyone knows me, this is basically me on a day-to-day basis. I just talk. And if you want to listen, you can listen, because some of the stuff that I'm saying, sheesh, will help you out. It definitely helped me out. But it took me closing this and then opening these. Shout out Tom Miller. You were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use these, because they're going to tell you what you want. Yeah. I'm going to simmer on that one for a second. But keep the good vibes going, man. I mean, love the ones you're with, hug the one you're with, kiss the one you're with, and let them know that you love them and that you're going through these hard times together. I'll tell you this right now, I appreciate the one that I'm with. It's a good feeling to know that someone has your back in your absence. Huge. And if you guys don't know what that means, I mean, would your friends defend you, or would your girl or would your guy defend you if you weren't in the room, if someone was openly talking about them? And if you don't know the answer to that question, leave that person now. Friends, family, relationships, jobs, if none of them can provide that in defending you in your absence, you are with the wrong crowd. Throw them out. 2021, I copped a mower to cut the snakes off. Shout out Baby Tron. And that's kind of the good things that are going on with me. I mean, I'm trying to think on what's next. Tomorrow, stay on the tune for my page. I mean, I'll be emceeing, like I said. Then after that, I mean, I can't even think about all the names that I have listed for my show right now. I'd have to go through my Instagram. But they're all blessings. I mean, each person has a story that I'm excited to hear, and I really want to get them out there. I think a lot of people are listening. It's working. So the next step is just to, commit. If you're going to schedule an interview with me, show up. But it's alright, because it gave me an opportunity. Everything happens for a reason. Him not showing up just gave me the opportunity to freestyle and actually talk to you guys about some things that are going on. I mean, honestly. Like, what are the good things going on in your guys' lives? If you got anything bad going on, message me. I mean, I had a guy call me the other day in regards to how his taxes work. And I'm like, bro, I'm not a tax guy, at all. You got to remember, I'm the high school dropout that just has a voice. But the perception was, bro has it figured out. He can definitely help me. He's always open to messaging me back. And I don't ever want to be that guy that gets to the point where I don't have the time to message people back, because I don't want to say I feel too good for them. But I know that's why some people don't message me back. And I'm just another person on the side of the screen just trying to get you in for an interview or something. But that's a huge thing with social media now. It's so easy to disrespect someone, but just by not responding to them. So easy. It's honestly one of the best ways to smack someone in the face, dude. So don't ever let me get there. I'm gonna stay humble. I'm gonna stay true to who I am, my morals, and I'm gonna keep rocking with it. I mean, it's working, but it took me finding myself to do it. I was struggling for years, actually, just going back and forth with who I am, what am I supposed to be like, what am I supposed to dress like, how am I supposed to act. Okay, when I'm with these people, I have to do this. When I'm with this girl, I have to act like that. And it didn't get me anywhere except a little setback. So, but I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change anything, because now I have this outlook. And I just hope a lot of you guys and gals can take your moments and your experiences that you're going through currently and build off of it and learn from it. Even these hard moments, I mean, it's something that we should be learning from. Like, 2022 is either going to make hustlers or it's going to make people, sadly, just comfortable living, being who they are. Totally fine with where they're at, and that's fine, you know. Not everyone can be a leader, and that's also a thing that we're struggling with, is everybody wants to be the captain of the ship, and everyone also wants to jump ship, but no one wants to help put up sail. Yeah. I've been noticing that huge lately. No one wants to put in the hard work. No one wants to deal with the extra work if they're not getting paid or compensated for it, not realizing that it will pay off. Like, I wouldn't be to where I'm at right now if it weren't for me doing things that sacrifice my time, my money. But I invested myself. I said this before a couple episodes ago. There's 3 things you can do with your money. You know, you can save it, you can put it in your backyard, and it'll never make you any money, but you know you have it. Good job. You can go spend it because you can't bring it with you when you're dead. You know, I've never seen a hearse with a U-Haul behind it. And then the third thing that you can do with your money is invest it and risk it. Because if you risk it, that's the only thing out of those 3 that will actually get you to a different place that you were at than before. Sure, you might lose it. You might lose it a couple times. But there's also going to be one time that hits, and it hits so hard that you didn't even realize that it took those hard times first. It took 999 light bulbs, bro, until the 1,000th one was a light bulb. Now we all use them every day. But imagine his friends at the time, bro. You're crazy. You're insane. Man, everything's crazy until it's done. And you just heard that from Isaiah Jeremiah Williams. I'm done freestyling on the mic. But I just want to say thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gals and guys. Whatever it is nowadays, it's 2022. I don't care what your pronoun is, but I respect you either way. Just thank you. Simple as that. Thank you. I'm proud of you. And if you need someone to love, message Isaiah J. You know, I promise you, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, so take advantage while I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Zay Show. I'm a little short because it was a freestyle. Next week, we got another crazy artist coming on. This week, he's here. You just can't see him. He's just like 2 hours late. No worries. But the next one, I'm going to message. I'm going to bug him. I'm going to definitely bug him. Thank you so much. And if you need anything, reach out at Listen to Zay. The Zay Show, Latin Evolution Radio, hottest radio station in Minnesota and the North. And we're taking over, baby. Have a good night.